Hi everyone, welcome back to day 11. It's October the 28th, 2021. This is day 11 of my 13 Frights before Halloween. We're getting down to the very last days. Today we're going to decorate the inside, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Decorating the inside, you have to make decisions and maybe make things, and so it can take longer. I'm going to show you step by step what I'm going to do. Hopefully I won't be too boring. You're welcome to go out on your own and decorate the way you want. Just remember, you need to keep things pretty flat. So I have here chipboard pieces from the collection. So I may use some of that. I have the journaling cards, and I've picked out some of those that I want to use. And a lot of these will be inserts into those pockets in the back. Then I had a whole pack of their ephemera, what's it called? Ephemera assortment. So there's whole lots of different fun things that are all flat. They're not like the chipboard. So those work really great. And then I have, of course, some from the border strips from the paper and stickers. I have stickers here that I'm going to be using. So got all this pulled out. You're welcome to decorate the way you want to. Just remember, you want to keep it flat enough that things close up. So before you glue something down, test it out first. Lay it on there, see what it's going to affect the folding of different things. You want to make sure you don't put too much in it that it just doesn't work for you anymore. So I'm going to open it up. The first thing I'm going to do is work here on these ribbon. Can't even think what they're called. Belly bands. Okay, ribbon belly bands. Now what I'm going to do with them, I'm going to create sliders on these that are from the 3x4 cards. And what I'm going to do is cut from my scraps 2 pieces of cardstock that are, let's see if this is almost right. Oh, that's a 4. 2 3x4s for the back part of it. These are going to be flat slider things. It'll make sense in just a minute here. So we're going to get started on this. There will not be a bonus project today because, like I said, decorating can take a lot of time, and we might have to do some of it tomorrow along with our cover. So I'm going to check these and see if they fit pretty good, and they do. And then I'm going to take my little corner rounder, that's the 1/8 of an inch. If you don't have that, just snip it a little bit with your scissors just to get that little rounded look on there. It's so tiny. It's hardly any at all on these. Oops, not the card. Where's my other cardstock? Oh, it's under here. Okay, pay attention to what I'm doing. And of course, we're going to be using the art glitter glue again. Now, to make these little flat sliders, this one's going to go this way. I slide the cardstock underneath the belly band, the ribbon here. Grab my glue. Okay. Now then, we don't want to glue onto the ribbon. We just want to put glue at the very top of each card on the back side. Maybe about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a half an inch would be fine. Then we're going to lay this onto the cardstock and burnish it. And make sure no glue has come out of the back. So this, you see, it's really loose, and that's fine. And it's nice and flat, and it will slide back and forth. You can move it over here, you can move it in the middle, you can move it there, and it stays on. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to slide this as if it's going to be horizontal. So put it here, kind of center it. Then I'm going to put glue just along the top edge and the bottom edge, and not as far. About 1/4 of an inch is enough on this one. Top and bottom edge. I'm just going to glue it on here. Top and the bottom. Make sure there's no glue on the back, so you don't see that cardstock on the back. Oops, let's get this in over a little bit maybe. Oops, not that much, just a little. There we go. Make sure my glue is wiped off, and then you see it slides back and forth as well. So that's all you have to do on this. You can add maybe some stickers or something if you wanted to. Got these cute little jack-o'-lanterns here. We could put some of those on there. We have the trick-or-treaters. We have some corners. Like I like these little spider circles. So I'm going to pull 2 of those off. Take my glue. I'm going to just put a dot here in the corner. It's just a little something extra to decorate with and make it not so, just to kind of individualize it up. So I'll put a spider right there and a spider right there in the corner. Just kind of give it some dimension. And this one, I do like those little jack-o'-lanterns. So I have 5 of those. I'm going to put a dot of glue on each corner here on the bottom. I'm going to put those on first. Got 1. I used this before on a bonus project, didn't I? So I like these guys. Could have put more of these on a sticker sheet for me. I would have been happy. There. And then 1 in the middle. And then 1 in the middle of each of that. Just eyeballing it. Okay, let's get these little guys on here. They all have the same faces, expressions. So first I thought they were different, but they're not. So this is keeping it flat, but putting a little bit of decorative dimension there. Like that. So that's cute. And then we got the spiders over here, and this slides back and forth. Okay, so that keeps it, because you want to keep this flat because this is where it's going to close. Okay, so we don't affect that too terribly much. Let's slide over here to the triple pocket. So this is where we're going to be using some of our cards just to stick them in our pockets. We have Hocus Pocus. And that will fit in there at the top. And it just fits right in. If it sticks out too far, you can trim it some. Spooky will go right there. This one here will hold these. I like some of the more witchy kind, magic spells. And you can use scraps of your cardstock to make mats that go in there. I'm going to get my chipboard piece and see. To be very careful using chipboard pieces. So let's take a look at these little bits and pieces here that are punched out. Fly away. I like that one. That's cool. So I'm going to glue that one on there. It's just a flat piece of punched out ephemera, kind of like a cardstock. Now my glue's already. Gotta have a pin already. Got a new pin. See if I can keep from bending it. They're very long and very thin. There we go. A little bit on the edges. Okay. So I'm going to center this on this dark part here. Right, like that. And this one I'm not necessarily put anything in there yet. Let's look at the border strips. Strips are not very wide. But we could put, I have 2 sticker strips, so sticker things. I'm going to peel this up. Hope it works. On this orange part, I'm going to leave these out for now. Take my glue because I don't want them peeling up. Put some glue on each end for sure. A little bit down. Oops, almost too much there. These are my cats. These are actually 2 different stickers together. And I'm going to put it right here on the edge of this pocket. I'm not letting it extend. And then I'm going to take, oh, I thought I had another one of these. Let me go check. I think I have more than one sticker sheet of that same design. So, got that down, and now I've got this with nothing on it. But there's got to be a clever way to finish that off. Yeah. Down in there. So this is why it takes so long with decorating, because you've got to fool around with stuff, and see what you like, see what looks great. It's got to be just right. It's that trick or treat again, so I don't want to use that same one again just yet. These frames are cute. I like this magic spell one. Is this stuck down completely yet? Maybe not. So I'm going to cut some of this. This is how I operate sometimes. Cut right there. And then I'm going to put it on the other end. And after I do this, I'll probably find the other sticker sheet with it. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do it this way because I don't want to have to wait. So I'm going to stick this on down here. At the very end. I've got it split here. Okay, right there. I'm going to take this from here. And I'm going to kind of glue it in there so it's like sticking up, but you can still put things behind it. So, let's see where the glue is going to go. Further in, like that. From this corner to about over here. This corner to where my finger is, just a pie shape. Glue. Is that right? Oh, that's not where I want it. Nope, nope, nope. Wipe that off. From that, below it. From here, this corner here, down to there. Okay. That's what I wanted. So then this slides in here like this. And it just sticks out a little bit, peeks over the edge of that pocket below the bat. And then we have our border, and it looks like it's a solid border all the way across. And just clean up any glue you might get, because remember, art glitter glue dries clear. And then here I'm going to look for some kind of sticker that I'm going to put here. This is the witching hour. Okay, and put some glue on it. Why am I layering it up? Because that's a good way to decorate things and keep it flat. And I'm going to not stick down the glue down that hole yet, because I want to tie a string under there. So I've got my black twine, burlap jute twine, and I'm going to feed it in through this and then attach it down. I'm going to pull it through and just tie. So I want just a loop. I think I'm just going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to take this doubled out and tie another knot, not a bow, just a knot, like for a tag, like a string tag thing. Cut that off. Yeah, I use a lot of extra twine than I normally need to. So now I need the glue to glue this little piece down with the sticker, because I've been touching it a lot, it's not going to stick down. Okay, like that, and we just leave that string there, hanging there, like that. Witching hour, magic spells fly away. Then we can put cards in here if we want to, and all that still kind of sticks out. And then, like I said, we can put photo mats back in there. So just whatever you want to stick in your pocket. I like some of the shorter things. This one's really neat with the corners punched out. I like that. I'm going to stick that in there, just so I can pull it out and use it. Maybe put it here. Do we want it in this one? I should have glued that pocket shut, because I don't like, excuse me, I don't use a lot of deep stuff. So I think this may be crazy, but I'm thinking about sealing that pocket up some. After the thought, this is just for me. I don't know if I can do it very good. We're going to see. I can get enough glue to just kind of go along the edge and seal it up maybe. I'm going to wait and see how that does. Probably not. Probably not going to get enough in there to do it. So I'll make some larger tags. Let's see what we've got. That go further down. Look in your scraps. So it would need to be about right there. Cut that off. So looks like about 7.5 maybe. Let's see what 7.5 does. So that would go in there. Yeah. And then I will do the corners. What was I using? I was using stub and deco. So I'm going to stub this. I have plenty of scraps of paper. So I'll measure this, and I glue pattern paper onto this. So this, you could put double photos on here. Okay, so this measures out to be 7.5 by 4.5. So I cut this out 4 3/8 by 7 3/8, and I'm going to use the deco on the corners. And then I'm going to glue that to the front of this photo mat, utilizing some of my scraps. Okay, line that up and burnish. I run out of room here. When decorating, I really start getting stuff everywhere. So I'm going to stick that in right there. Getting a little taller, but I think that works like that. So for now, I've got those in like that. I don't know, I think I want something here. So let's look at these stickers. These are all long. So I'm going to pull this up. Oops. Put some glue, especially on the end. Bring it across. I'm just going to center this, sort of. Oops. This needs to line up with it. Trying to make them straight. Okay, that's pretty good. Take my little scissors and I'm just going to snip this on the end right here on this line. Put this back. I might use that somewhere else, you never know. And add a little glue on the end, because that's where she's going to come up at. And then burnish it down. Then I'm going to look here. I'm going to take a little, I love these. These guys are cute. This is in that ephemera. Take a little scrap of black cardstock, and I'm going to glue them onto that, because I want their eyes to show up. I don't know why my glue today is getting really thick. Could be the temperature change around here. We get warm, we get cool, we get warm, we get cool. We don't know what we're doing. We have fall, and then we'll have late summer, and then we'll have mid-fall. And okay, so I'm going to just fussy cut around these. I am not leaving a border. I just wanted the black. I could have just cut a square of black on there. That would have been easier. Think about it after the fact, but that's okay. This gives it a little bit of dimension anyway. This one. I've often wondered when I'm cutting why I put my finger up. And I think it's because I have cut it before if I leave it underneath. Too many fingers underneath can cause a problem. So I like to just kind of hold it up out of the way. Okay. Oops. So now we got these guys. And I'm just going to glue them on. Using my thick glue. So we have like a pumpkin patch. Sorry, I can't talk. Pumpkin patch on the printed paper, on the pattern designer paper, and then we have the little jack-o'-lanterns here on the top. So I think that's cute. Decorating, still flat enough. We don't do anything in here. So let's move some of this out of the way. Now then, on your pages, you can just leave them for your photos, or you can put tuck spots. I'm going to leave the pages till later. I'm going to skip on over. We've got that like that. We've got our slider here. Move this some and open this one up. See where we've got the pages. We're going to do a little bit more here. I'm going to fold this up on our this part here. I have already cut a large mat to go in there, a bigger one, wider than the one that's in there. And this one is it is 8 inches by 9 7/8, and I rounded the 2 corners here on the bottom. Excuse me. From my paper, I cut this border strip, All Hallows Eve, and I'm going to put that on the top edge. Glue that on. Put glue. Let me trim this down to fit first. So I know it's 9 7/8, but I'm just going to lay it and trim it with my scissors. And then I'm going to glue that right on the top edge of this tag. And I'm going to leave it black because it's actually for photos. So make sure it's on here good at the top. Burnish that. See if I need to trim it any. Okay. Turn it over and it needs just a little bit trimmed off on the back side. And then I'm just going to slide it in. I don't think I'm going to round the top corners. I'm just going to slide it in. It's like a border. And then it goes behind this, the tab of this other one, like that. Okay? Can you see there? I've got this tab here, the one that we made earlier, that goes behind the skeleton. So that takes up a little space in there. And then here, I like these little tickets. Lucky spells. I'm going to look at my camera to see how things look. So I'm just going to put glue on the back of these guys. I'm not even going to separate them. I like the tickets together. Oh, that changed the light, didn't it? Well, that's spooky and Halloweeny because I didn't do anything. So let me see what's going on. My big light just changed its color tone to, I guess, a daytime. I don't know. I guess it thought it needed it. I didn't know it did that automatically. So I changed my other light to kind of match it. So that was kind of spooky. I don't know if it showed up in the video when it happened. I noticed the big color, the temperature change, I guess, in the lights. So make sure this is turned the right way. And we're going to center this. Lucky spells, and press that down. So that's there. Got abracadabra, and then if we want to put something down here, we can, and something up here. So let's look at the sticker strip. See what we got. Probably just going to be a strip of paper. If I put something there. And I noticed that this tag, I wanted it in my pocket, and I took it. I guess I took it out. I'm going to see if it looks okay in there now. Put it up there. I like that decorative part. Take this one out for now. Okay. Let's see. I do think it needs a strip of something up there. And maybe something down here in the corner, some kind of saying or something. Let's see what we've got. I like that. Full moon and the black cat. And then I'm going to tie some of my string in it again. The black string. So this is what happens to me. I always lose scissors. I have about 3 or 4 pairs of scissors out here. And they all get hidden and covered up and moved around. So I'm just going to tie this in again. Make a knot. It's like a little tag. Double tie it. And then I'm going to just double the string and tie a knot away from the tag, kind of like a string tag would be. Not a bow, but a string tag. And cut that off on the end. And then I'm just going to glue that right there, a little bit of it off. So the bottom part is what I'm going to glue. And this other's going to hang over the corner of the frame. Just like that. So I like that. Then if I want something else there, not, probably not. Put a sticker saying or something here. What have we got? Abracadabra. I've got abracadabra at the top, don't I? No, not that. Yep. I'm sorry if this gets a little bit monotonous. But that's how it is when you're trying to decorate. You want to make sure you're finding what you want. And how it looks. There's some cute elements in here. I'm going to be using some of these on my pages, I think. I like this one where it's got that frame. It's pretty, but I'm not going to use it there. That with spider web. Then we have the butterfly up there, though. Decisions. Sometimes I have to leave it and come back later. I like these leaves if I had some pumpkins or something. That might be an idea. We've got these leaves that were punched out, these real dainty looking leaves. I like those. Can you see them right there? The green of that. And then I maybe fussy cut out or look for something with a pumpkin. I think I want to fussy cut some out. See what we've got. Goodness knows I have a lot of paper here. So this is the border strip. I'm going to fussy cut these here on the end. These guys right here on the paper. Just cut the pumpkins. And leave the leaves that are in between them. Wonder if those leaves were meant to be used on the those jack-o'-lantern cutouts that I had. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to glue these leaves on. Get some glue out. This is making me irate today. It's got to be the weather that's causing this, because this glue was working perfect yesterday. Today it just keeps clogging up. Probably a change in our humidity or something. Still on camera, I hope so. Stick this down right here. Put some more leaves around it. Okay, so there's that. And it's still nice and flat. And then I just need to decide if I want to put something up here, like a strip of paper or something on each corner. So I'm going to pause and look at that over, and then I'll be back. So in the cutouts, I found these filigrees right here in the black, with the, kind of the spider web. So I think those will be perfect. I'm going to glue them down, and I know I'm going to have to unplug the glue, so go ahead and do that right quick. See if I can get these on without making too much of a mess. I love art glitter glue because it holds things better than, like, you know, small glue pen type things. So I'm going to make these coming out from like the butterfly wings right there. So this one goes here. Okay. It has two sides to it. One's glossier, more black and white, and the other one's more of the off-white. So I chose the glossier one, like that. So I think that looks good on that. So I think that page is technically done. Now I'm trying to decide what I want to do in here on these. If I want to do anything or add anything like places to journal or not. So they would be like tuck spots. So that would be up to you. I'm just kind of looking in and seeing what I have that I think might look good or not. Or do you, if you just want to leave it for big pictures, you could put smaller things maybe up in the corners. Just maybe, I'm thinking about a tag, like a little tag with some of the string. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my string, smaller piece maybe. This one I might. I don't know if I want it in the bow or not. Okay, tie a knot in it. As is typical sometimes with paper, certain collections, they can get really busy, and of course they'll be, the busyness will be toned down when you start adding photo mats and photos. But I don't want to add any photo mats right now, because then you're locked down in that particular size or orientation, whether portrait or horizontal. So you kind of want to not, you know, do that until you just have to. That's not working right. Cut that off and line this up. So yeah, I don't want to, commit myself just yet to any kind of, and I want that hanging down. I don't want it sticking out. So I pulled it to the side some. So I'm going to just put my glue on this on the upper part and just stick it down here at the top and leave it open underneath so that things can go underneath there. Like if you wanted to add a large photo mat, it could go like that. Now this one's big. It's from my scraps or something or the other. So it is like 7.5 by 8 3/4. I'm going to leave it just like that, and I'm going to punch the corners, and then I'm just going to slide it in there. I'm not going to glue it down. Just going to slide it in and let it stay there. I may put another little thing down here so it will be loose and can be changed, but it kind of breaks up all that patterned paper and makes it, makes your eye go to that. So let's see. I'm going to stub this one. And then you could match several different photos to this, or one large photo, whatever you wanted to do. So this is going to like slide up under there. So I'm going to find another small thing that I can put down here. A spider that would just kind of be a tuck spot for it. Yeah, this little spider. So I'm going to put it on the very bottom edge of this cutout. Whoops. And not glue it on the mat, but have it right there to hold that kind of in place. So that's what you can do. I like that to these pages like this. So you don't have to do it to all of them, but you can do to what you want. Well, that didn't hold it in, did it? Wait a minute. I'm going to put some glue on the be the left side of it. So I'm going to let it glue it, like make a photo corner. Get enough glue to work. Can leave it open here. So I had it right here, like a little photo corner. So I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then I'll put this mat back in there. So I'm thinking about what else I might want to. Some of these pages, I like that treatment to do a different size photos on here to kind of break all that up. Just try that. And then we just stick this underneath here, and that works. Let's see. Yeah, I'm putting a little bit of glue just on this left back side. That helps hold that down. Oh, and see, like I like these black cats. So I'm going to find some more scraps that are big enough to make photo mats and do that. Okay, so for this page, which is the second one inside the first 1 inch section, I decided to go ahead and make a flat pocket to show you that it can be done, and I checked it to make sure that it's not getting too thick. So I have a piece here of the black check that's 2 inches tall by 8 5/8 wide. And then I have one of the 4x6 cut aparts that says Hocus Pocus, and I'm going to center it over this piece. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over. My glue's working right in the center. This glue is seriously driving me crazy today, guys. I am so sorry about all the delays with the glue. I mean, I've got the pin all the way in, and I don't know why it is not coming out. There we go. Maybe it's really clogged in there. I do think it's the humidity that we had, and now the humidity's gone and it's just not working. Okay, so I'm going to center this over it the best I can. Looking at it. about equal amounts on each side. And I'm going to make the pocket part out of this piece here. So I want glue here on these ends. And again, it's just not coming out. I'm going to have to probably stop and clean this all out with pipe cleaner and soap and water for some reason. It's just a terrible, terrible mess. And I'm not getting anything done today. Okay, so I'll put the glue here on this end piece, and then along the ends of the card and across the pattern paper, and then make sure it's going across the bottom right there like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it here and stick it down where I want it. Kind of make sure it's straight. Burnish that all in. And then I took a scrap of the cardstock that I had. It was already cut this size. 10, about 10 by 6.5. Folded it in half, and then I stud punched all 4 corners. So this is going to be a booklet that fits down in this pocket right here. Just got to make sure my pocket dries. Didn't get enough glue here on this top corner here. There. Tack it down. This one too. Okay. Make sure it dries. And for this, I took another 4x6 cut apart, and I'm just going to glue it right here on the front of this booklet. So you can put photos in there. So sometimes instead of a photo mat, you might want a booklet if you have a big enough scrap of cardstock. It just makes everything look a little different in your book. So I'm centering it top to bottom, side to side. I'm going to burnish that. Make sure my pocket has dried. And this is going to just stick right in here, hopefully. Okay, just like that. So that just kind of sticks out like that. So that just kind of decorates that up and breaks it up, and you see it's still flat in there. Now these, I think I'm going to just leave them plain because I would probably put photo mats with photos on there, on that. And this one I haven't decided. So I kind of like those, the way they look, just like that. And this, I'm going to do something here. I may add something on this one in a little bit. I'm not sure yet. So this, I'm thinking, it can't be a chipboard piece, but it could be a sticker. Let's see what stickers I've got. Which is already on there. I like this little spooky one right here. I think that's cool. I'm going to put glue on that. I'm going to try to put glue on that. I'm not going to put glue on it much. Got a little bit to come out. Yeah, this is going to have to be cleaned up before I can finish today's session. So I got spooky there. So you don't have to add a whole lot of decorating to that. And all of these, I'm just going to leave them plain. I mean, like, you could put in some of these if you wanted to. And of course, you've got your backs or your photos. If you want to mat those, you could. So right now, I am not going to put anything in there. Got that right there. There may be a banner thing. Let me see. No, I just like that spooky on there. I think that's a plenty on that one. So let me see what else we want to do. If I want to do something on this one, it would be similar, I would suppose, to what I did on the front. So I've got these I left for that kind of stuff. Don't want to put too many pockets in. Hocus pocus. That's kind of cool. Let's see what it looks like on this one. I like that. So that could go with a photo mat sliding up underneath it. I'm just going to put glue on the top edge. So something can be stuck up underneath it. Surprisingly, my glue came out then. Okay, just let it dry. And then I'm going to get me a photo mat and see what I've got. Got any big ones left? Or I may cut a new sheet. Okay, I'm going to trim this down. And of course, like this, you can always 7.5. This is 7.5 by 5 3/4. You can always change these out as your photos, as you get your photos. So this other one I stub punched. So I'm going to do that again. And it slides up under there. And then I still have another little spider like I did on the other side. I can make a little tuck spot here. Let that dry, make sure it's straight. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for just a second. Okay, so I've checked the minutes on my video clips, and this one's getting close to an hour long. So I'm going to finish up this section of pages here. And this keeps slipping on me. I'm not happy with that. I mean, I've got attached here and up here. I'm going to put this abracadabra banner down here at the bottom. I'm going to push it up a ways. And hopefully that will help to hold it. So I'm going to put glue along the entire bottom edge of this abracadabra. So let's see if we get it here. About like that. And then let that dry. Take that out because I don't want it sticking. I'm going to lay it aside. Burnish this in. So that's the abracadabra right there. Now we've gotten this pocket here. These I'm going to leave with just a pattern paper because you can put, you know, photo mats here. This page here, I did decide I am going to go ahead, I think, and attach these photo mats down because I made these little banner pieces offline, and I really do like how they look. So pick these up. What I did is I glued 2 little banner from the ephemera and tied string in and just kind of looped it around and glued it down. So I got the knots in each end and I looped it through, and these are glued here at the top so that they stay. And then this little tag here, I had the strings where I double knotted it into the hole and then tied knots out here. I'm just going to let that stick out there. So this mat, and I am not going to do anything to the corners. This is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, so 4 by 6 will fit on that. This one to fit here, and do it in the vertical portrait, I did a 4 by 5. So I'm just going to glue these down. I know I said I wasn't going to put photo mats down, but when I got to these elements, I'm like, oh, I'm going to put photo mats down. So changed my mind, and then I will crop photos to fit. So I'm going to put that one right there. And this one here. Now the other section of pages like this and the other 1-inch spine, to save us some time, I may decorate those off camera tonight and then have them ready to show you tomorrow when we start. And I'm going to change the order. I'm going to go ahead and make the closure band, and then the last day we'll decorate the cover, because I think that's going to work better. So I want this little jack-o'-lantern here attached, but I want to leave it open a little bit. But I like where it hits and catches the black of the mat. So I'm just putting glue on the bottom edge right there, like that. And I'm just going to glue it so that his eyes and mouth and everything are onto the mat to pick up that black. And then a photo will like slide underneath when you mat it on there, because you'll mat it down. And then these banner pieces, I'm just going to put glue on the top edges, same principle, so that you can tuck the photo up underneath when you go to see, I want this one over here. Just like that, attachment at the top. I just want the string to come down. I don't want it sticking out. So I'm going to probably glue the string down like here. Just have to hold it for a second to get it to grab, because it wants to go where it wants to go. And then this one, I don't want it in the binding or in the fold. So I'm going to glue it right there. Come on. You can do it. String has a mind of its own sometime where it wants to go. So you just have to press it in enough till it catches. And then this one, I want it to go here. So I'm just putting the glue in the middle. So a photo can kind of be lifted up and put in between. Make sure I've got it straight. And this last banner here along the top of it as well. It's going to go on this other side here. And again, I'm going to put a dot of glue for that knot so that string can like stay where it belongs. Okay, so that's the last page that I'm decorating. In the inside, I'm going to do the others probably off camera. Tomorrow we'll focus on the closure piece. Tomorrow is day 12. Oh, already. Day 12 tomorrow, October 29th. That's right. So October 29th, day 12 will be the band closure, and day 13, October the 30th, we'll be finishing it up and decorating the front cover. And October 31st, of course, is Halloween. Yay. And I'll showcase, do a walkthrough of it. And be sure and comment today. I didn't ask a question, I don't think, and if I did, just go ahead and pop that down there. And I'm just going to press these down and make sure everybody sticks where they're supposed to. Okay, catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.